In the bottom right, it is your Terran player with the Protoss portrait logo. So sending a little bit of mixed messages there. It is Sage. And in the top left, it is your Protoss hero from the SYL clan, which I honestly have no idea what that is. Noob by noob. For convenience purposes, he shall henceforth and forthwith be known as Noob Noob, because that's more fun. Alright. The first probe scout coming in. At the beginning of the game, I mean, there's not really much you can do to react besides have a little bit less money if you scout that early. But he wants to make sure his opponent isn't up to no good, and now he's got a bead that there is a barracks. He didn't, he did scout in far enough to see a gas. So, alright, so he got some information. Alright, the second gas is on the way. That can always be a sticking point as well. It looks like he's going to be going for a heavy tech belt. He's even walled himself in early on, which is not so customary for a Terran player. Alright, the Cybercore on the way. No expansion yet. Wait. So he's decided to fight fire with fire here. Expansions are as overrated as Protoss players.
Your dedication
Thank you, XP.
will be rewarded.
And he's going to be going for 2 gateways on the opposite side of the map, so we'll have to see how this one pans out. We got a cheese-on-cheese action. We got the double factory, which is surprising that he's able to afford that, and also a reactor building. So this could be some sort. I'm not honestly sure. Is he going to go for cyclones? Is it just... Let's put it this way. This is a very original build. And now, unlike most people on Instagram might think, just because it's original doesn't mean it's good. But we're going to find out. The jury's still out. A Hellion is on the way. He doesn't have much gas for much else. Well, actually he does, but... And the Reaper coming in. It will be able to pick up 1 kill so far. And actually get out because this Adept was throwing shade but decided to lay off. And the robotics facility as well. So this is a commitment out of here. Does he have warp gate? No warp gate research yet. This has become a custom in many of the games that I've watched, but no warp gate research. Warp gate mostly considered a critical upgrade to get as soon as possible, almost no matter what. But Noob taking it more in the metaphorical rather than literal sense. And instead choosing to build off these gateways. And just throwing another one down. He hasn't had enough yet. And there will be an expansion. So he has reactored factory Hellion. This is a very interesting direction to take this. I'm not sure I've seen this before. So he did have a plan. He did have a plan for that double factory. That's important. But now can it come to fruition? The 3 Hellions can get through an Adept. There is no warp gate. There is no mothership core. Despite the over 100 gas. Sage, on the other hand, has 440 gas, but he's coming in for some harass here. We're going to have to see how this pans out. And the Adept will go down. On the other side, the Hellions are continuing to move forward. Still a large armory mustering in the bottom left corner. And the probe, the citizens arrest. But that was just round 1. It looks like he's about to get burned again. The Reaper's even coming in. This probe count about to be obliterated at the same time as the Protoss army is moving forward. A mothership core is on the way. It can clean this up eventually, but he's down to 13 workers. But the ramp, the depot was not raised. He won't even have that split second to delay this attack. The Cyclones are going to pop out right on top of the Protoss army. On the other side, almost every single probe has been killed. He's down to 2. The command center will be lifted. The SCVs continually being transferred into their death. There are more in the main. It's 17 to 2 now. An overcharge will be used, and that will successfully hit 1 Hellion. Technically, with the lock-on, he can kill the Mothership Core. He's microing the Cyclone away. It might be enough. If the Cyclone goes down, then there's no anti-air left to deal with this. All right, another Cyclone comes to back it up. A very strong army here still, but all of the SCVs, is this all of them? That's 8 SCVs there. Wait, is it different? That's 10. Okay, this interface is confusing me. But the main Nexus is going to go down. And of course, instead of doing anything to save his last probe, Noob is going to throw out the 14 question mark, where really the only person he should be questioning is himself. Maybe that was introspective. Most of these SCVs are going to go down. He's down to 7, 6. A mule has not been dropped yet over here either. All of the... there are no production facilities besides command sensors. And he's going to be able to kill... You can't lift into an orbital. When you go for the orbital, you give up that capability. The other orbital on the way. It is burning. It will burn now. This orbital going to the corner of the map. Still plenty of Cyclones and Hellions on the other side, but with the Immortals, the Protoss army is stronger. Most pathetic race in history. I mean, there were only 3. There were only 3 races, so obviously for him, Protoss is not number 1. It looks like Zerg gets a pass on this one. So, Terran, the runner-up out of 2 for not pathetic. We'll have to see. Does he have any? He has 5 SCVs still, but they're on the opposite side of the map. Does he have enough money? He has enough money for 1 command center. But instead, he's going to build 2 barracks. I'm not sure about that decision. Alright. The Cyclones are badly bruised. The Immortal makes the difference here. If he didn't have the Immortal, there's a chance the Stalkers could be taken down and the Adepts could be kited. But with the Immortal, this army cannot be fun. So, Sage, and all his Sage wisdom... Oh, wait, he still has enough for a command center. He must have queued those up before. The production tab isn't really helping anybody. The army coming to cut it off. The music intensifies. Just a handful of units. They can be cut off themselves. Those Cyclones are badly bruised, though. A few shots from the Tornado Blaster. A single Stalker. Pushing forward, poking, prodding. And the Cyclone being targeted down. The second one out of position. That's going to be 2 out of 3. And this last Cyclone taking some massive hits. That could be it. And there goes the army of Sage. But like he mentioned, he cannot lose. Because I failed to mention it before, but he cannot kill this command center. And his opponent cannot build or mine and does not have any units that could kill that command center. So right now, Sage has no ability to lose this game. Noob might not entirely be realizing his position right now. But we have... Sage cannot lose as long as he doesn't suicide that command center. Little does Noob know, you can put as many boots on the ground as you want, but it's no substitute for air superiority. You can't defeat me, he puts it dramatically. And he's not wrong. My Terran is this pathetic race. And meanwhile, Sage is building. You have no army left. Little does he know. Unfortunately, he's not going to have enough money to build enough Marines to win this fight unless he trickles in units one by one. I'm not entirely sure Noob and his noobiness has ever realized what a draw game is. So, unfortunately for him, the next 3, there's a timer that comes up. In the next 3 to 5 minutes, he will be realizing, wait a second, I cannot win this game. Thank you, Dark Temp.
Tyrion is fuck pathetic.
That's what I've heard. And, oh, this is a big risk. This is a big risk. If he actually loses this, of course, there's like 4 Stalkers and an Immortal. I think he can still get away. But if he drops the mules, Sage is going for the gold. He's dropping the mules. If he can just get 5 or 6 more Marines, he might be able to hold the top of the ramp. If he could get a bunker, then that's the makings. And then maybe he slips the command center somehow around the map. I'm not sure. But he is mining. He's got 1,000 minerals per minute with 4 mules. But I just don't think the unit count is quite high enough. He wants to come up that ramp. There is an observer as well. But without any bunkers, without the barracks at the front. Noob. He's going to go for the kill. It's almost like another 30 seconds, another couple Marines, and it's almost a fight. But this is still a noob victory in this exchange. Yeah, like it's... I mean, it's not close, but if he holds the right position on the top of the ramp, it would be a lot closer. This barracks is being targeted. He's going to have to lift it. He really should lift it now. Sage is continuing to mine. Where are those 5 SCVs? He has enough for another command center. And there's only so many... Or he could build more barracks when this army leaves. And he still has the 2 supply depots in his main. These are the saviors here. Man... Or, no. Actually, he's questioning whether or not he is indeed a human male. Man? Or motherfucker? Those are the 2 questions he's asking himself right now. Yeah, but this barracks is burning. As he continues to poke and prod, an SCV is being produced. Sage has mined 745 minerals. This might not have been the best timing. Oh my god! Juke Skywalker! The SCVs slip out between both armies and somehow escape. But for how long? Sage is now building a barracks in his main. He can build more barracks in the corners. The mules have continued to mine. He's making barracks in every corner of the map. He's mined hundreds of minerals. The thing is, he's making like 4 barracks. If you make that many barracks, you no longer have the money to make the Marines. So that might be an oversight here. He needs to get out of there. If this starts burning, there is a path. They're still building, so it's not like game over, but if this is burning, if it gets below that 25% HP, or I'm not sure the exact number, you need to get those Immortals and Adepts out of the way there, sir. It's going to be very close. It's not quite enough. The command center will float away. Just 100 or so HP out of burning range. But the thing is, 6 Marines still just do not kill this army. So he's building like 2 Marines at each random barracks around the map. Now, also, okay, I didn't even think about... Did he get another? He got another tap on it. But that's it. The observer now sees the command center. There will be no more mining. Will there be enough Marines? Where's Pathetic? He's expanding on his original point, but he hasn't. He's just kind of repeating himself. Never fucking made. Once again, 1 out of 3 chains. You flip a coin. Okay, now I'm about to fuck up on statistics. Stim and F2. Now, ironically enough here, there was not a... He, at no point in the game, was researching Stim Pack. It was actually Hellions and Cyclones. But anyways. And also, Sage dropping that one. Apparently, he is a random player. Oh, thanks deserve to win that. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Noob is, these Marines just kind of stepped by. They did tap the Immortal on the shoulder, but the Immortal chose to ignore him. The Mothership Core is under fire. He can overcharge these pylons, though. There's still I didn't even realize there was still a Mothership Core. So, like, That pylon, the real MVP, got the mothership core. The army has to come back. You can tell he jammed on the select all army hotkey because his observer's coming back around as well. But he's going for the buildings. The thing is, he also has to kill the gates. These are the last buildings that Noob has. He gets the pylon. So that is, Sage now does not have enough minerals to produce any more Marines. And Noob has not had any minerals for like 7 minutes now. So, but Sage, if he well, I mean, he can lose the CC. A draw happens when neither player is mining, producing units, or getting any kills. If a unit is killed or a building is killed, the timer resets. But after, I believe, 2 minutes of no mining, of nothing building, and nothing being killed, the draw timer starts. So, he's killing a barracks now. We're going to have to wait through that one. The observer realizing, wait a second, if he actually got back and mined another 500 minerals and built 10 Marines, this is getting to the point where he could maybe kill this army. But at this point, I think Sage, he's been fighting for a win, but he's going to settle on a draw. Noob, I don't think has quite yet come to the realization that as long as Sage doesn't throw the game away, he cannot win. I'm sure when we get to that draw timer, we're going to have 2 or 3 minutes. I think it's 3 minutes of choice words, but don't get hit by that. Here's one SCV. Don't do it, Sage. He's got 3 buildings. He has 32 minerals. As this one adept. Now we wait. We have to wait for all the units and all the accessible buildings to be killed or forced away. And then we have to wait for the draw timer. Wait, he's mining! It's happening! The adept is scouting. It's gonna find this, but is he gonna mine enough? The last gasp. The last shot at victory. But unfortunately, the adept's about to find him out. The army's on the other side of the map. He only mines 190 minerals. He's got to get out of there. He's actually repairing the CC with the few minerals he's mined. He's back in the yellow, boys. He's out of danger for now. The SCV's at the watchtower. Will it remain there? Crouched in the bushes. The CC now has 871. Mules, don't attack units. Noob. Dropping some more mad knowledge as he has throughout this game. Obviously a very complex individual with a lot of high-minded thinking. As the CC, the orbital continues to float. And we may have finally reached that stalemate. Now, here's the thing. Because that orbital is there, he is not being revealed. So there is a small chance, but there is a small chance that Sage has a command center mining out on the map. I mean, we know he doesn't, but Noob doesn't. Because he has not been revealed. He doesn't know where that last barracks is, and he doesn't know for sure if there's not another command center. He doesn't think there is, but he has to check. Why this? Now, 3 Marines have been built. The minerals have once again been exhausted. I can't lose, says Sage. He's once again not wrong. The SCV jukes away. It could die to a single probe. The probe will be taken out. The final probe, he's down to 0 workers. There's an SCV in the corner. As the stalkers, the Marines at the watchtower, there's still too many stalkers. And an Adept is coming up, the final Marines. I like the stutter stab micro there. He's like, I got this. All right, I have a dream. The final SCV goes down. There are 2 more SCVs out on the map. As Noob comes to is slowly, very, very slowly. And, okay, Sage is calling it. He just pulled it. He just pulled the cord. He's floating to the corners. There is literally no way for Noob to attack. So we have reached the stalemate. And seeing a draw is kind of like seeing a solar eclipse in StarCraft. It happens once every thousands of games. So now I'll wait till the countdown for the draw. Sage once again walking him through step by step as he has over the last 10 minutes. What's gonna happen? Wow. Okay, it's getting personal. First, he insulted his race. He said his race was pathetic. Not him, but his race at a macro level. But now it's him. Now it's personal. It's not just about his race. It's about him. Better get a cereals bowl. The draw timer has begun. 2 minutes on the clock. But a CC full of energy. Ho, you think it deserved to win. Obviously he meant how, but I choose to believe Ho is more accurate. And how you kill my... He's still not getting it. He's not putting it all together. Unfortunately, we don't get to see what Noob would say if they could, because the game will end and they will no longer be able to speak to one another after. I'm not sure he realizes that the game is going to end. At this point, Noob, I think, has yet to realize that he's going to be thrown out of the game and neither player is going to win. He's still searching for a victory and expecting it eventually. But, Sage, very, very patient. He's really got nothing better to do. He has 0 APM. Both players have 0 APM right now. We got some choice words, I'm sure. He's very excited. Like, it's a big moment. If you think I'll let you, mine. Okay, Noob. He's... I'm glad Sage is excited. All right. Once again, it pains me that we won't be able to see what Noob will say in 30 seconds, because I don't really think he's had that realization yet. He still doesn't understand. Oh, he does. Okay. He does. Either he came to the realization or now he just is done with this shit. Why? You don't see that screen very often. You most definitely do not. So that was, that happened. Why? I think that sums it all up. Why?